Yoshiyama of Peruvian label converter Kuresa. Jaime, thanks for being here. First question for you, keen to find out how your new factory is running. I was there for the opening towards the end of last year. So how has the investment impacted the business in the time since then?
Well, like you know, we opened a new factory at the 23,000 square meter site last November in Lima, Peru. There our layout was divided more the operations we have, which are basically tape manufacturing and label manufacturing. So in this new site, we were able to focus more on the individual needs of each production line. So we are more focused now, having infrastructure or sufficient infrastructure, I would say, for each of the two production lines. As far as the impact that it has on our business, basically the new site has allowed us to have more room for the new machine expansions. Last year, with the opening of the new site, we acquired our fourth ILMA hybrid printing machine. This increases our capacity in 30%, our production capacity. So we are enjoying the new space that we have for new investments, which is what we need to keep on with our projected growth.
Talking of your new ILMA press, obviously Kuresa, a long-term letterpress technology user. There's been lots of talk in the industry of new developments over the period of time that Kuresa has been in business, obviously in advancements in UV flexo and in digital technology particularly. Why did Kuresa choose letterpress in the first place, and do you see yourself maintaining loyalty to that type of process in the future?
We started to make labels as a result of our experience in tape printing. We are at the end of the day, our core business is tape manufacturing, or at least that's how we began our business. So 40 years ago, we began selling adhesive tapes, manufacturing and selling adhesive tapes. In the last 25 years, we've been printing the adhesive tapes in flexo, 2-3 colors, very simple printing jobs. And as a progression of that task, we decided to move into labels. First, we did barcode labels and very simple 1 or 2 color labels. But then we thought we were ready to make more complicated labels, and we decided to move into prime label printing. The reason why we chose letterpress was because in Peru we have no graphic art schools for operators, and we wanted to have a process in which the machine was more responsible, let's say, for the ultimate quality of the label. That's not to say that Peru's operators are not great operators. It's just that at the beginning we thought that with no previous experience in the market of making complicated labels in flexo, we decided that it would be best for the quality of our products and for our customers to have a process in which the machine, like I said before, was more responsible for the outcome of the label. And at that time, when we were doing research for our investment, one of our companies with whom we did a lot of benchmarking in Europe, a Dutch company by the name of Colibri, had already acquired one of the ILMA letter presses. And we went over to Holland to try out the machines, to see how the production processes were and the equipment needed. And we were immediately in love with the technology and with the machine. And it's been 12 years since that. We are very, very happy with the quality of the products. So happy that now all of our machines are ILMA, and it's very flexible because we share all accessories and parts and service. However, to answer your second part of the question, we are, of course, open to new technologies. We are in the process of making our 5th purchase of a new press, and I think that this new machine will probably go in another direction, just to have a more complete assortment of possibilities to offer to our customers.
Speaking of Peru, obviously has experienced a great deal of very high GDP growth in recent years. How has that affected the local label industry, and do you see that continuing over the coming years?
Yeah, I think that as the country moves, progresses in economic growth, there is more consumption of goods, and therefore this means that more companies who are producing those goods will have longer runs. And I think in a country like ours in Peru, that's been growing probably at 10% for the last 5 or 6 or 8 years even. There is a lot of opportunities in the label market for those labels that are moving from glue labels to pressure-sensitive labels. Um, in our case, our growth has been bordering around 15 to 20% per annum for the last 4 or 5 years as well. And I think that this growth in our country will continue in the pressure-sensitive label market. However, the runs are quite short when compared to international levels. We have a lot of short runs, which demands different solutions that are probably the ones that are needed for the American or European markets. But I think that the label industry, not only in Peru, but in Latin America, or at least in South America, is experiencing a very exciting growth curve. And I'm sure that it will continue to be that way for probably the next 5 to 10 years. So let's hope that it keeps on growing that way.
Finally, Jaime, we are at Labelexpo Americas. What, over the next few days, are you particularly interested in seeing technology-wise?
Well, like I said, we are deciding on our fifth machinery, although I didn't really come to the show to see that option. What I'm here for, aside from meeting some colleagues and knowing a little bit of the news of the industry, we're looking particularly into inspection equipment, trying to make sure that we are able to detect all the printing errors, the few printing errors that we're making on time, and not passing on this additional cost to our customers. At the same time, internally, I think we need to improve our MIS systems for improving the workflow of the whole label operation, from quoting the labels to our customers, to putting the production order, to finally getting that order produced. So those two things are also some automation equipment to try to reduce the downtime that we're having in the machines. Like I said, we have a lot of short runs, and this means also long downtimes. So I hope that we're able to see some new ideas at the show.
Well, I hope you enjoy the next 3 days. Thank you very much for being here. Jaime Yoshiyama of Kuresa in Peru. Thank you.